I'm Mark, and today we're driving over 2,000 miles from Washington to Arkansas to see the solar eclipse, but we don't get to drive it in a normal SUV. We get to drive it in a 26-foot U-Haul because I'm moving here. And this is our home for the next 3 days. Lots of good reading material. Fairly cushy seats, I think. We'll see. Well, it's pretty cozy, but there's one thing we have to do, and that's hit the road. Ow, that hurt. First gas station of the trip. This thing gets a whopping 10 miles a gallon. It in fact was not a whopping 10 miles a gallon. It was a whopping 3 miles a gallon, but this dummy didn't know it yet. I think gas here is like $4.25, but it should get cheaper the more and more we go east. So I guess we'll see how much it is. 20 gallons, $81. This thing's got like a 60-gallon tank. Might not be our most expensive fill up of the trip. Goodbye Washington and hello Oregon. Going over the river right now. Kind of a big border. I could have played my first instrument, the guitar, but I thought that I would grace you with my performance of my 37th instrument, the piano. I'm not crying. I'm not crying. We're so sad we're leaving the onion truck. I'm not crying. It's just the onions. Goodbye, Oregon, and welcome to Idaho. Well, we got gas, we got food. We're in heat. We're not filming that. That's weird. Never noticed this in a normal car, but we are on a new concrete road, and it is the bumpiest thing in a 26-foot U-Haul. Probably because you're like ridiculously long and you feel every bump like 4 times as many times, but never noticed it in like an SUV or a van or a car or anything. It's bumpy, dang. Right. Got to the hotel. It's really nice inside, but it's 12:40, so we're gonna go to bed and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, y'all. Well, we stayed at just south of Spanish Fork last night. I don't know if I said that last night in the recording. I have no idea. We got in really late. We can go to bed till about 1. We hit Salt Lake with about 0 traffic because it was 11 o'clock. The best time to drive through Salt Lake. We're gonna go down, get breakfast, and hit the road. The first thing I always do when I get to a new hotel is you gotta test the orange juice. Sometimes they have terrible orange juice, and this orange juice was actually very, very good, as you can tell by my face. We were also gonna get some waffles, but they were out of the normal waffle mix, so I got the cinnamon roll mix, and, well, I get you, but it was exciting. But then we got all of the stuff. We poured it into the waffle maker to make ourselves some yummy waffles. It only took like 2.5 minutes, which I feel like is really fast. I feel like whenever I make waffles at home, it takes like 4 times the amount of time. I tried to use this fork thing. I promise. I tried. It was not working. So then I ended up just using my hand. Probably getting. I got a decent burn, but it was worth it. And then I tried the waffles. Normal waffles beat this every day of the week. The cinnamon roll ones were not that great. But then we get into an eating time lapse. Boop boop. Eating time lapse. Boop boop. Eating time lapse. Oops, I want to just off. Yeah, off. This thing weighs a ton. It's ridiculous. What? This thing weighs 1,000,000 pounds. It's the suitcase. I have like nothing in there, but it still weighs 1,000,000 pounds. I've got like 4 days worth of clothes. So what's your favorite food group?
Well, coffee.
Oh, we stopped at the gas station. $3.89. Cheapest gas of the whole trip. We just got gas. And it only gave us 2 gallons before it clicked off, and it won't turn back on. So I guess we're not going very far today. You cut a little close there.
Just didn't want to be too far away.
Since we can barely squeeze by, I think you did your job. We got coffee at the hotel. It is the worst coffee that I've probably ever had. It's terrible. I'm pretty sure it's instant coffee. I don't know. It came out of a machine. It's horrible. I bet the McDonald's over there has better coffee. But we're gonna go to the gas station. Gas stations have good coffee, underrated coffee, because the truckers don't want bad coffee, and I respect that. Well, they didn't have the famed bean to cup machines in the gas station, but how's the coffee? First test.
It's okay. It's not quite as good as bean to cup.
Bean to cup. Telling you, drip coffee out the window. It's bean to cup time. Goodbye, Utah, and hello, Colorado. Very colorful here. Goodbye, Colorado, and hello, New Mexico, and very bumpy roads. New Mexico's always a bumpy ride. Y'all, we are now in New Mexico. So yeah, well, I mean, we've been driving in New Mexico for hours. Sorry, we're in New Mexico. We're at our hotel. Woo! And it's only, what time is it? 11:53. Not too shabby. Although we didn't have a time change today, so there's that. The handle, my handle doesn't work. Gotta lug this giant thing. It's massive. It's not even anything in it. It just weighs like 15 pounds. Bed test. Oh. It's a little bouncier than I thought it would be. It's pretty late and we're gonna go to bed, so I'll see you guys in the morning. Well, y'all, today we got a long drive again. We gotta drive all the way through the entire state of Texas. We're barely in New Mexico right now, and then we drive all the way through Texas, and then we drive, up and all the way into Arkansas, and then we'll be there. Fancy pancake machine. It's gonna spit out my pancake. Oh, yes. There you go. And welcome to better roads. Look, there's no potholes. So much smoother B-roll shots. Yay! Texas has to be one of my favorite states to drive through. You start off the trip with the high plains and lots of windmills, and then the more and more you go east, the more forest you get, the more the state changes so much the more you drive through it. You start from plains, you go to forest, the humidity slowly rises, you go through the whole thing. That's fun. You're having way too much fun with this. It's like a pesky fly. Hi, that's my mouth. Got a shot of these pearly whites. Pearly whites coming soon on my only teeth. Goodbye, Texas, and welcome to Arkansas, the natural state where everybody is all natural, including their clothing. I could be naked. You never know. I can't show that on camera, though. Sorry. Just pants away. Okay, that was a joke. I'm not naked. But it is really dark, and we are into Arkansas now, so I will probably stop recording until we get to our destination. We have to go quite a ways more before we get there, so I'm probably not going to record just because it's so dark, and yeah, you guys can just see blackness. Woo! We finally made it in, but I'm going to bed. I'm really tired, so I'll see you in the morning. That's supposed to work or do something, I don't know. Good morning, my little sunshines. Well, maybe that's not the most accurate thing since the sun's going to be blotted out and we're not going to be able to see it at all, but the eclipse is happening today. That's what I meant to say. And yeah, I'm very excited about it, and yeah, I guess I'll just show you when it's happening. Whoosh. I can't see what the camera's seeing. This can be problematic. Well, hopefully it's getting it. The eclipse was truly one of the most breathtaking things I've ever seen in my entire life. The sun getting totally blotted out to where you were plunged into darkness. All of the birds stopped chirping. everything went silent and the temperature went down by over 10 degrees. You got cold. It felt like the end of the world. I couldn't imagine what it would be like to be in the middle of a field moving my cows or pulling some carrots out of the ground, but it was truly a surreal experience. I knew that it was happening and it was still crazy for me, but I think the best part was when the sun started peeking back out from the eclipse. You saw that burst of light. You saw the warmth returning back to the earth and new life beginning to grow once again.